Hey everyone, back tonight with chapter 4. It talks about the temple's furnishings. This is what it talks about. He made an altar of bronze 20 cubits long and 20 cubits wide and 10 cubits high. And he made the sea of cast metal. It was round, 10 cubits from brim to brim and 5 cubits high. A line of 30 cubits measured its circumference. Under it were figures of gourds for 10 cubits, compassing the sea all around. The gourds were in 2 rows cast with it when it was cast. It stood on 12 oxen, 3 facing north, 3 facing west, 3 facing south, and 3 facing east. The sea was set on them, and all their rear parts were inward. Its thickness was a hand's breadth, and its brim was made like the brim of a cup of the flower of a lily. It held 3,000 baths. He also made 10 basins in which to wash, and set 5 on the south side and 5 on the north side. In these they were to rinse off what was used for the burnt offering, and the sea was for the priest to wash in. So basically, you have these basins set up around the temple, and what would happen was they would wash the animals in them, before they sacrificed them. Also, the priest would bathe in them before they entered the temple. See where we're left off at. It says, and he made the 10 gold lampstands as prescribed, and set them in the temple, 5 on the south side and 5 on the north. He also made 10 tables and placed them in the temple, 5 on the south side and 5 on the north. And he made 100 basins of gold. He made the court of the priest and the great court, and doors for the court, and overlaid their doors with bronze. And he set the seat at the southeast corner of the house. Hiram also made the pots, the shovels, and the basins. So Hiram finished the work that he did for King Solomon on the house of God. The 2 pillars, the bowls, and the 2 capitals on the top of the pillars, and the 2 lattice works covered the 2 bowls of the capitals that were on the top of the pillars, and the 400 pomegranates for the 2 lattice works, 2 rows of pomegranates for each lattice work to cover the 2 bowls of the capitals that are on the pillars. He made the stands also, and the basins on the stands, and the lost my place. And the 1 sea and the 12 oxen underneath it, the pots, the shovels, the forks, and all equipment for these. Hiram Abbey made of burnished bronze for King Solomon for the house of the Lord. In the plain of the Jordan the king cast them in the clay around between Succoth and Zerida. Solomon made all these things in great quantities, for the weight of the bronze was not salt. So Solomon made all the vessels that were in the house of God, the golden altar, the tables, the bread of the presence, the lampstands, and the lamps of pure gold to burn before the inner sanctuary as prescribed. The flowers, the lamps, and the tongs of purest gold, the snuffers, the basins, the dishes for incense, and fire pans of pure gold, and the sockets of the temple. For the inner doors of the most holy place, and for the doors of the nave of the temple were of gold. So chapter 4 about the temple furnishings. Pretty much, Solomon made everything out of gold, and of course, if you watch my previous videos, I explained why did God choose gold? Of course, gold is the purest, metal on earth. So, how awesome it is, for God to represent Himself as, by choosing gold, which is the purest metal on earth, in a way which represents God, because God's pure. That's why He chose gold. This is pretty simple. So anyway, that's chapter 4. And I'll be right back with chapter 5 here shortly.